So today's topic is accounting for labor. So as you know, for a manufacturing concern or a production company, if they have to manufacture goods, definitely they require raw material, and this raw material, if processed, will convert into finished goods. Okay, but to process this raw material, they want certain human resources. Okay, with the help of machine they can do the production, or the human resources can be utilized to convert the raw material into finished goods manually as well. In some small scale industries things happen manually. In big companies it happens through through automation or through machines. Okay, so what we have understood here is labor is a very essential part of the production process. Okay, so what we pay to laborers, we pay wages. Okay, we pay wages. Now, so in this chapter we are going to see like the labor costing. That means the costs related to labor. So we will see remuneration methods, like how the laborers in a factory are paid. They are paid based upon how many hours they work. That's called time work. Okay, that is this solely concentrates on the number of hours the labor are working in the factory. Then piecework schemes is nothing but, here the focus is entirely on how many units they make. So like number of units, we can say each unit as a piece, and then like per piece how much the company has decided to pay them. Okay, we have to multiply that per piece number of units, that means number of pieces into per piece rate, that is piecework scheme. Then comes bonus or incentive schemes. These are always seen when the laborers do exceptionally well. That means if they save some time for the company, or if they produce more in a given, like if some time has been prescribed and labor produce more units in that prescribed time, then definitely some bonus or extra incentive has to be given to them, because they will be motivated, and like that is very important factor to keep them motivated in the company. So bonus, incentives for some exceptional work, okay, definitely has to be given to the labor. Now we are going to see the labor, we are going to measure the labor activities, we are going to see the efficiency with which they are working. If the laborers are more efficient, definitely they'll be paid more incentives. Okay, and we are going to see the capacity, are they working beyond capacity, and we are going to see the production volume ratios. Okay, and then we are going to see the labor turnover. What do you mean by labor turnover? The laborers leaving the organization. Okay, the laborers leaving the organization. So laborers leave the organization if they are dissatisfied with the organization's pay pattern, or they are not getting any salary hikes, or if they get a very good opportunity in some other organization, they leave the organization. So that is called labor turnover. So we will see what can be the reasons of turnover and what can be the cost of labor turnover. If a labor who is very experienced and working since 10 years on certain task which we have assigned to him or them, whatever, like number of laborers, so them. So what happen if they leave the organization? Immediately we have to hire some labor and we have to train them. Okay, and like if freshers are hired, they may tend to do certain mistakes, certain blunders, certain like damages, certain losses we may incur, and also we have to spend on training cost, and the efficiency with which the experienced labor used to work, the same thing will take some amount of time from the new one. to deliver, or like it will be expected that it will be somewhat in later years, that kind of experience can be seen in the newly hired one. Okay, so that is what is the cost of labor turnover. Then we'll see direct and indirect labor cost, which you already know. If you pay direct wages, that's a direct labor cost. If you pay indirect wages, we have already discussed many a times, this is a factory and this is a machine, and there are certain laborers working on this machine and operating this machine. We pay them direct wages. There is a security guard who is giving security to this factory, and he is assisting these laborers to work without any disturbance or without any distortions. Okay, that means these laborers are working efficiently without any disruption in their work, only because proper security is provided by this security guard. So what we pay to, he is the one who is also in the premise, in the production facility, but the wages what we pay to him is indirect wages, and can also be called as overheads, okay, or indirect labor cost. Then we will see the mechanism how to record the labor costs, and we will see the accounting as well, ledger accounting. We'll make a wage account. Okay. Now, when it comes to remuneration method, we have already discussed there are three remuneration methods. So let us see the first one, the time work, which is nothing but number of hours the labor works into rate of pay per hour. Okay. Very easily understood. Suppose a labor is working for 10 hours, and per hour if we make a payment of $10 to him, he is earning $100 in a day. Okay, that's it. Then comes the overtime premium. See, if any labor works in the organization for extra time, definitely he has to be paid some extra wages. Okay, and that too not at the normal rate what he is paid, but the wages will be paid at a premium rate. Let us see what is that. So if an employee works for more hours than the basic requirement, let's say as per the government norms and standards, 8 hours are the standard hours of work in a company. So if a labor is working for 8 hours, we cannot force them to work more than 8 hours, but we can request them, or we can ask them to work, to stay for a longer period because of some pending task, and we agree to make them a extra payment, and that too at a premium rate more than the basic rate. Okay, so they may be entitled to an overtime payment. Hours of overtime are usually paid at premium rate. For instance, if the basic day rate is $4 per hour, what is that we have discussed? If the basic day rate is $4 per hour and the overtime is paid a time and a quarter, that means they will be paid $4, of course, and apart from that they will be paid 25% extra of this. So 25% of $4 is again $1. So 4 plus 1, $5 will be the payment made to the labor if he works overtime. That means $1 extra. This is the premium. So now 8 hours of overtime for a week, that means the labor has worked extra 8 hours in this week. And you know, see, in US and UK they make weekly payments rather than making monthly payments, which is generally seen in India. In India we get monthly wages. In UK and US they have a system or tradition of paying of making weekly payments. Every week they get their wages. Okay, so basic pay for 8 hours if the labor is working, it's $4, fine. So he is getting $32, of course, and overtime premium, that is for 8 extra hours he's working, he's getting $1 extra premium. In totality we are paying him $5, so that makes $40. The breakup is $32 is the basic pay and this is the overtime premium. Okay, now this is what we have understood. The overtime premium is the extra rate per hour which is paid and not the whole amount for overtime hours. This is an important point that we will return to in section direct, and so we will see again about this overtime premium. when we'll be entering into the direct and indirect labor costs. Okay. Now, so this is what the summary of the day rate systems, like how much time they are working and how much we need to pay. It's very easy to understand, like very easy to understand. We know how many hours is working and per hour how much we are paying. Do not lead to complex negotiations when being revised. Most appropriate when quality of output is more important than quantity. Yeah, here the labor work is more important, like they are giving more much more emphasis on the quality rather than the quantity. Okay, they are not rushing for bulk quantity production. They are okay with what standards they have set, but they give more importance to quality. And where there is no basis for payment by the performance, no incentive for employees who are paid on a day rate basis to improve their performance. But next system comes piecework schemes. As I told you, how many units you make, you are paid like accordingly, or per wise are paid. So in it's usual for piece workers to be guaranteed a minimum wage. So an employee is paid $5 per piece work hour produced. So for one like piece work hour, that means like it's taking some 1 hour to make a piece. Okay, so an employee is paid $5 per piece work hour produced. So they can take more hours also. Accordingly, like how many units they make in those many hours, the details will be given. So there is a 35-hour week. They produce the following output. So 3 units of product A, 2.5 hours. Okay, that you can calculate 2.5 by 3 units. You can get per unit how many hours they are taking or how much time they are taking. 5 units of product B they make in 8 hours. Okay. What is the requirement? The requirement is what is the employees pay for the week. So what we will do, we will just take number of units and hours. We will so like what is that they have given? 3 units of product in 2.5 hours. That is piece work time allowed per unit. So so for 1 unit, how many hours they take? 2.5 hours. The column has a clear heading here. Piece work time allowed per unit. So per unit, 2.5 hours are assigned or given, and they make 3 units of product A. Okay, so they have to make 1 unit in 2.5 hours. So 3 units they'll be making in how many hours? They'll be making in 7.5 hours, 7.5. 3 into 2.5. Okay, now just a second. Next point. Now, and product B, 5 units they can make and 8 hours per unit. So 40 hours they'll take for 5 units. Here it is clearly given. So total piece works hours is 47.5. Okay. So 47.5, therefore the employees pay 47.5 piece they are making, and per piece how much payment? For per piece they make $5 payment. So 47.5 pieces are made 47.5 piece work hours. That means this many hours the labor are working. Okay, to produce the desired number of units given to you. So and $5 per hour is the payment they have to get. So $237.50 for a week is the total wage the laborers would be getting as per the piece work scheme. Okay, so I would like you to go through this, then we'll go for the next one. Just confirm me when done.
Answer.
Okay. Now, so summary of the piecework scheme, they are occasionally used by employers as a means of increasing pay levels. The more number of piece you make, that is better for the employers. Okay. They are often seen to drive employees to work too hard to earn a satisfactory wage, but careful inspection is required. Okay. Because the quality should not fall for producing more. Then comes the bonus and incentive schemes. Of course, I have already explained you. Bonus is given or extra amounts are given if the labor work efficiently, or if they do something exceptionally well. So these schemes were introduced to compensate workers paid under a time-based system who, unlike piece workers, could not increase their pay by being more efficient. Yeah, see, in piece work, the more number of pieces they make, the more the money they get. But in case of time rate system, they work for fixed hours in a day. Okay, they work for fixed hours in a day, so they barely have any chance of improving their packages. Okay. Just a second. So if they have to improve their payments, what they need to do, they had no other alternative. So what has happened is, it was observed that the laborers are not able to increase their pay even though they are more efficient. So bonus or incentive schemes have been introduced. The main aim of all these schemes is to increase productivity, motivate them. So what happens? Scheme: high day rate, individual bonus, group bonus. So high day rate, employees are paid a high hourly wage rate in the expectation that they will work more efficiently. More efficiently is nothing but saving time and doing the task without any wastage, or doing it before time or within time. Simple and guarantees consistently high wage. Doesn't guarantee employees will be more efficient. Yeah, we cannot say that they will do it, because everyone is greedy for money, and laborers, like, of course, they have to go undergo a lot of hardships, and life of a labor is something, we know in our daily lives. We see they're very hardworking people, they're very respectful people, but they get less. Why? Because it's unskilled job. Okay. Yeah. And this is the harsh reality what we see around the world. So individual bonus, individual employees qualify for a bonus on top of their basic wage, with each person's bonus being calculated separately. So here the most efficient one will get the best, the best incentive. Each person's output must be measured separately, and individual earns bigger bonus the greater their efficiencies. Of course, this is nothing but ranking. Who is the topmost one, he will get the more incentives. Group bonus, that means they'll allot some groups, make some groups, give some tasks to them, and they give some tasks to them. If the group performs well, they give the bonus to the group. Okay, so that increases the cooperation amongst the workers and causes less friction. Now here is the labor cost. So this is an activity. I want you to work out this one at home. Okay, but no, this is some activity whereby we need to even discuss. So I would give the chance to you to do this question. Please go ahead with this. I'm waiting. So what's the answer, Noor?
Just a second,
Hello.
sir. Just a
Okay.
second.
So this is the activity 1. Okay. So normal working day here is 8 hours. Okay. Basic rate of pay is $6 per hour. Fine. And the standard time allowed to produce 1 unit. Okay. Here is the catch. So for 1 unit, it takes how much time? 2 minutes. So what we need to do is we need to see standard time, how much it is allotted. Okay. So first, what is the time? If you want to make 1 unit, you have to do that in 2 minutes. So for 340 units, how much time they have to take? Hello. Hello. Are you following?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the standard time allowed to produce 1 unit is 2 minutes. They have to make find out the cost of producing 340 units in 1 day. So for 340 units, they'll take 680 minutes. Fine. And this is the standard time. But what they do is normal working day is 8 hours and basic rate of pay is $6 per hour. So 8 hours they take actually. Okay. 8 hours. So 8 into, 1 hour has how many minutes? 60 minutes. So they take 480 minutes in a day to work. Okay. Is it right or wrong? Hello. Hello.
Yes,
So
sir. It's
if,
right.
yeah. So the total time to make 340 units in 1 day should be 680 minutes, but they take how many minutes? 480 minutes. So they're saving time, or they are taking more time? They are saving time. They are saving 200 minutes. So for saving, should they get some incentive? Yes. So time saved is, see, I already told you for exceptional work, they should get bonus. And what is the condition of bonus? Premium bonuses 75% of time saved at basic rate. So we will take 75%. So 200. Uh, we will see in terms of hours divided by 60, because we get basic rate of $6. So 200 minutes by 60 is how much? If you can calculate, and 75% of this into $6. Okay. This is what extra payment they will get. They will get extra payment. So this is how much if I calculate 200 by 60, 3.33 into 6 into 75%. So 14.99. So $15 they'll get incentive or bonus, and the basic wage what they should get is 8 into 6, $48. So this is what they'll surely get. Extra they will get is $15 for saving time. So can you just calculate and tell me what's the answer here? $63. So answer would be $63. Okay, just do this.
Answer.
Okay, do this question. Who? So a company pays its employees using a piecework scheme. The rates are as follows. So first, if they make 1 to 100 units per week, they get $4 per unit. So first 100 units. So we are supposed to find what if an employee produces 163 units in week. What is this? 48. What is this? If an employee produces 163 units in week, with 48 weeks if is working. Let's see. What would their pay be for that week? Acha. Okay. In week 48. So if in 48th week they say. So see, if they have to reach to 163 units, first they have to produce 100 units, correct? So first 100 units, they get how much? $4. So 400 they should get. Okay. Then next 50 units, because 101 to 150. Next they make 50 units. Second, the next 50 units, they should get 4.50 to $25. And then here they should get more 13 units because 163 they have to make. They fall under $5 category, $65. So 690 they should get. Okay. That is the pay they should get for the 48th week. Just do this. Because they are making this much in 48 weeks. If done, I'll move forward.
Answer.
Now let's do measuring labor activity. Production is nothing but the act of converting raw materials into finished goods. Productivity is something else. Productivity is how fast they are producing. Okay, that is called productivity, or how efficiently they are producing. That's called productivity. Okay, so to measure a labor's efficiency, the productivity of that labor has to be seen. So productivity is a measure of efficiency with which output has been produced. That means if some labor is taking 3 hours to make 1 unit and some labor is taking 2 hours to make that same 1 unit, he is more productive. That means he can, in next 1 hour, he can produce some part of this 1 unit. Okay, that means he can start producing the second unit. He will again start the production of second unit after 3 hours. He will start that 1 hour before, so he is more productive. Okay, more better one. So so this is what production and productivity are common methods of measuring labor activity. And production is the quantity or volume of output produced, and productivity is the measure of the efficiency with which the output has been produced. An increase in production without an increase in productivity will not reduce unit cost. See, the production will be more, but if the productivity is less, that means they are consuming more time to make those number of units. So that is not going to reduce the cost. That's going to prove more costly. So standard hour of production, this is what the company estimates. This is the concept used in standard costing, which we are going to study afterwards. See, for everyone, there should be some standard set. If you set a standard for someone, then only you can compare his actual activity with the standard fixed. Okay. For example, if I set a standard that you should get up 6 a.m. in the morning every day, that is the standard I have set. But excuse me, Yeah. So see, if I have set a standard that you should always get up at 6 a.m., let's say, or if I have set up a standard that 8 a.m., the student should come to my academy to start the class or sessions. This is the standard what we have set. If we don't set the standards, let's say, students would always be in illusion. They will come at 9 a.m., they'll come at 10 a.m. and they'll say to start the class. But it is not the case now. When we have set a standard of 8 a.m., we see what time the students are coming with respect to these standards. That means the standard is that 8 a.m. every student of the academy should assemble in the class. Someone is coming at 8:10, 8:10, someone is coming at 8:15, someone is coming at 7:45, someone is coming at 7:50. Will tell us who is more punctual or who is the one who is always late. That means this is the standard and this is the actual. If you don't have standard, then how will you compare your actual with something? So to compare your actual performance, you should have certain standards to compare with. Okay, that is the reason why standards are fixed. Standards are fixed so that the actual activity which is happening can be compared with that standard. If everyone in the class or maximum 95% of the students are coming at 8 a.m., that is the most punctual class. That gives the idea, okay, so that we can make a report. Fine. So that is the reason why standards are fixed, so that the actual can be compared with the standard. So here also we fix some standard hours of production in a day. Okay, or we will see something else here. Let's see what the concept says. Standard hour of production is a concept used in standard costing and refers to the number of units that can be produced by one worker. That means in one given day, how many units a worker has to produce. That is the standard. So suppose, let's say the standard I have fixed is 10 units each worker has to produce. If a worker is making 12 units, exceptionally good. If he is making 8 units, not good. Okay. So working in the standard way at the standard rate for 1 hour. That means this is what we see. The standards what we set should not also be something which shouldn't be attainable. We should always set some standards which are easily attainable. That easily attainable in the sense which in normal circumstances was attained, okay, are attained and can be attained. Okay, that's what the standards are fixed in that way. I cannot tell now you have to produce 500 units in 1 hour. That is unattainable. So standards are fixed in that way that things can be attained, and then actual are checked with the standards. Now, in other words, a standard hour is a quantity of work, not a period of time. That means how much how much amount of work someone can do. So standard labor hours. What do you mean by standard labor hours? Actual number of output into standard time per unit. That means actually how many units you are making into how much time you should take as per the standards to make that 1 unit is nothing but standard labor hours. Are you understanding? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, it doesn't, if I make some standards like I should make 100 units, it doesn't matter. What matters is how many units we have produced, and the time what I have fixed for making 1 unit is standard. That time is like will be given the data to you. So actual units of output is what is relevant for us. The standards what we fix is not relevant, but how much we are making is relevant. So actual units of output into standard time per unit will give us standard labor hours. Okay. So here in the question, an employee makes 200 units of product. This is actual. Product A, 350 units of product B and 300 units of product C. Product A takes 4 units, 4 minutes, 2 minutes and 3 minutes. Now you have to find out the standard hours produced by employee in hours. Come on, do this activity. I am waiting. The formula is very clearly given. You can directly do that. What is that? 200 into 4 for A. And then comes 350 into 2 for B. Because Actual units into standard time per unit, 700, and then comes 300 into 3, 900. So 2400 minutes. If I want to convert in hours, 2400 by 60 will be around 40 hours. Okay, just have a look through this. We'll go for the next one. This is done efficiency. Okay, we can do this even. I think just one more class, labor would be done. We can start overheads directly, 8 chapter. After finishing 10 chapters, I'll assign test for you. Okay, Hoor? Then you have to write 5 chapters test.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. If done, please confirm. Finished?
Done.
Next point is efficiency, capacity, and production volume ratios. See, already I have told you about the efficiency, like how efficient the labor is. We understand the labors to be more efficient if they can save more time. So this is what is the measures of labor activity include the following: efficiency ratio into capacity ratio. See, efficiency is what? How much time has been assigned to a particular labor and how much time he's taking. If I have assigned 10 minutes to produce 1 unit, he is making that 1 unit in 7 minutes. He is efficient. Okay. So how will I know, see, expected hours to make an output. So expected time is how much I have given, 10 minutes. Actual time is taking how much, 7 minutes. If I divide this two, I know the efficiency ratio, correct or wrong? So it is in terms of minutes, I'll put it in hours. See, expected hours is 10 hours. But the actual hours what the labor is taking is 5 hours. So he's doing it in how much time? He's 2 times more efficient or not? Yes? Hello?
Yes, sir.
He's 2 times more efficient, na? He's taking half the time. He's
Yeah.
taking half the time to make. Yeah. Now comes the capacity. Capacity is nothing but this is related to time. Okay. Capacity. See, if I want to judge someone's capacity, what I will do, I will see like in the sense how much he can produce in some given time. Okay, how much he can produce. See, what time he is taking or time saving comes under efficiency. Okay, if there are 2 people, labor 1, labor 2, what task I give to labor 1, okay, he makes 10 units in 1 hour. He makes 15 units in 1 hour. Who has more capacity to work? That means who is more, like whose capacity within the given time is more? Second labor, correct or wrong? Yeah. So here what comes is actual hours worked. So I will take this 5 hours. And what budgeted hours budgeted is nothing but the standard what we have fixed. We have fixed a standard of, let's say, we have fixed 8 hours. Okay, 8 hours. That means our, see, what happens is the difference between efficiency ratio and capacity ratio is expected hours to make an output. This is in general. That means how much time you can expect for some normal human being to do a task or produce something. Okay, is nothing but the expected hours to make an output. If I have 10 laborers, I said in 10 hours it is expected to make some units, some 1 unit. Okay, and the hours taken by one of the laborers is 5. So that shows the efficiency. But here the standard fixed is 8 hours. Expectation is what is different from standard. Standard is nothing but when I fix something that you should make it in this much time, you have to make it in this much time. That's it. Okay, there's no flexibility. So when I speak about budgeted, I speak about standard. That means in my company, I want someone to make that 1 unit of some product in 8 hours. Okay, but someone is taking 5 hours to make that. That shows his capacity, how much capable he is. 5 by 8 means how much? 62.5% he is capable. Am I right? If he takes 4 hours, then he is 50% capable. Correct or wrong?
Sir,
Hello?
right.
Yeah. So 62. So that means he's taking only 62.5. Like in the sense, I have converted that in percentage, so don't get confused. Out of 8 hours, he only takes 5 hours. So he only takes 62.5% of the total time. He takes 4 hours out of 8 hours. He takes only 50% of the time. That means he's taking more time, he's taking less time. Correct or wrong? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? See, case number 1, 5 hours out of 8 hours, 4 hours out of 8 hours. He is taking only 50% of the time, na? Whatever the standard time assigned to the labor is 8 hours. He's taking 4 hours to do the task. So he's taking 50% time. He's taking 62.5% of the time. Who is more capable to do the task? This guy, correct or wrong?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, 50% is more capable.
Yeah, he is more capable to do. Yeah, he's taking only half the time. Then production volume ratio is nothing but if we multiply these two ratios, we get the production volume ratio. That means efficiency and capacity. Okay, the one who is more capable and more efficient would produce more. That's what expected by budgeted. Okay, so this is the homework illustration for you. Because I want you to work on that. This is also homework for you. And then comes the labor turnover rate. What's the time right now? Yeah, so what we'll do is today we'll stop here and then we'll continue this particular session on Monday. And Monday we will close this chapter. Okay? Hello? Hello?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so Monday this will be done and we will start overheads. Monday is the last day for labor. Tomorrow I will see if I have time. If I have time, I'll try to take the class. So this will be done by Monday, and Tuesday I'll start overheads. This is again only 2 classes. Tuesday, Wednesday done. Then comes the crucial method of process costing methods. Okay. Not many chapters. There are 18 chapters only for this book. So we are almost going to finish the half of this book very soon. Okay. Sure. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.